Hey everybody, what's going on? ShabbyDoo here, and today we're getting to that Icarus Week 16 content update, and goddamn, are these getting freaking good. Week 15 was amazing, honestly. Great missions, some, little less desirable things, but overall, amazing update. And now we've got Week 16, and honestly, I think we're keeping pace here, which is a record, all right? Which is a good thing. So let's talk about this. This week brings a brand new mission, a dangerous new predator, temperature system changes, UI improvements, and bug fixes as usual. After another great week, we're bringing you our 16th content update with a new mission that will take you into the scorching desert to face a new threat, which is awesome. There's not enough desert missions, in my opinion. No like hard missions, right? So here we go. So now that the foundation of the game is closer to where we wanted it to be at launch, 16 weeks later, but we can focus on bringing new content and design adjustments. One of these areas we are most excited to develop is aggressive and later alien creatures that bring new challenges to players. With new challenges, we'll be providing a good basis to develop more purpose around tier 4 technologies and beyond. So what do we got? Beware of scorpions. Like, look at this picture too. Woo! That thing, that's an ankle biter right there, and there's two of them. So, your newest foe on Icarus is the scorpion, a territorial creature who protects their lair viciously, so I'm assuming near caves, with a poisonous barbed tail and sharp pincers that will challenge even the most prepared adventurers. Scorpions drop more unique consumables to craft with, along with new food consumables with their own buffs. Using the expanded meat system introduced last week, the concealment recovery mission will introduce you to these creative creatures, so be careful of your step. This week, we've added some slightly enlarged and morph arachnids. It's a step towards more interesting bespoke animal behavior and actions, and the mission this week is a nod to how they might have accidentally ended up on the surface. So, great stuff right here. We've got a new mission, Concealment Recovery. We're going to be playing this mission live this evening, Friday the 25th, right? 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be streaming on Twitch live and dual streaming to YouTube, but we're moving all live streams to Twitch, okay? We're going to have a lot more fun there. We're going to get a lot more interaction, a lot of free interaction that's not locked behind monetization like YouTube streaming. So make sure you come see us tonight, whether it's YouTube or Twitch. But remember, in about a week and a half, we'll be fully on Twitch. But do come and check us out. We'll be another co-op stream with all this new content. But like I'm saying, so Concealment Recovery, collect and destroy the results of a failed experiment. So Xenotoa has been conducting a closely guarded experiment regarding potential exotic mutation that may be deemed unethical if made public. Mission, locate biological containment units and then destroy the evidence. Terms, flat fee. All safety and survival concerns are the responsibility of the contractor. New mission, Concealment Recovery, will introduce scorpions to our prospectors, requiring you to recover a crashed bio container that has been inhabited by these arachnids. This new risk comes with a fairly balanced reward in return, so it's up to you to decide whether the risk matches the potential spoils. Again, we'll see all that tonight when we get the stream going. So the temperature system. For the Scorched and Frozen update, we set out to make a bunch of improvements to the temperature system, which is now much more dynamic and responsive to choices the player makes, which is good. The temperature system before was a joke. It barely existed after your first 20 levels, right? Once you got exotic armor, you were never cold or hot again, unless you left your water tankard on, right? The armor you wear and the items you consume will now have a direct impact on your internal body temperature rather than just simply affecting your resistances to external temperatures. You may notice new things like getting out of bodies of water will keep your character wet for a while, and general quality of life improvements to temperature-related consumables, including a new recipe to craft ice water on your character by simply combining ice and your trusty thermos. To keep you on your toes, we adjusted the temperature curves of the biomes and also brought the heat afflictions up to parity with the cold afflictions by introducing heat exhaustion and heat stroke. And now, more than ever, the choices you make in these more extreme areas of Icarus can mean the difference between thriving or perishing, which is great. We've needed this. So this is exactly what we needed. Weather was nearly inconsequential. You hide in a rock and then you move on with your day, right? So what else do we got? We got some user face updates. So we've taken on board a bunch of feature upvote submissions and other suggestions to better explain how Icarus works for new players, but they'll be useful for seasoned prospectors too. We've made it clearer whether the solo talent tree is active or not, if it's deactivated, whether you play in a group, or you can still spend your points and interact with it, and added labels so that you know who owns each dropship. That's actually pretty nice. We've better explained respawning using beds as respawn points, recovering gear and death penalties, plus added a handy link to the most recent patch notes on the title screen. These may be small improvements, and there are more to come, but they can really help new players, so we'd like to thank you for your feedback here. Great. Yeah, we definitely need to get new players in here. We don't need us sweaty solo players running around still, right? Speaking of sweaty solo players, if you're still playing by yourself, get down in my description. Check out that Discord link. We've got an LFG for Icarus, and we've got tons of people playing with each other. Old seasoned solo players have now become vetted co-op players with groups of 2 to even 8 in some of these missions. We've done a couple hardcore missions where we've had nearly full parties. So if you want to be a part of that, come on by. We're having a great time. So coming soon, changes to drop timers. Drop timers are an important mechanism for providing pressure to enhance the survival experience, but it's clear we need to make some changes on how these work. We've been investigating how to make these changes to better support the game. Yeah, a 7-day or a 30-day mission timer is irrelevant. Make it in-game time and make it lucrative. And increase the rewards if you do it quicker, right? So we have been working on changes to the drop timers. Remember, this is future content, not what's happening now. Future drop timers to better balance the game for all players. We need to have a real-world time where we can delete the data from our servers as we progressively make the system unmanageable if we keep the data forever. However, this could be quite long and doesn't need to be directly linked to the length of time the drop should be to meet our design intent. The change we are investigating is to separate these two needs out, having an overall real-time limit that is quite generous, say 90 days, after which the drop may be deleted, and a separate in-game timer that meets design objects, varying per drop to add pressure. Great. In addition, we also investigating how to bring in insurance as a gameplay element, as there have been excellent suggestions from the community how to implement this in a fun and interesting way. We don't have a fixed time frame for both of these additions yet, as they will require careful testing, but we will have more to either say or show in the next week's update. So, great. Yeah, I'd like to see more insurance just for your casual player, you know. You get further down the line, even if you're not doing a hardcore mission, but you still got mission progression. Insurance might be nice for some of these people, especially if they can't make the timers, right? Especially if they work the system out a little bit. So yeah, if you're loving this kind of stuff, make sure you hit that like button down below. Don't forget to subscribe while you're down there as well as you get back into that sweet shabby content. And leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the update so far, okay? And remember, we're going to be live streaming tonight on Twitch and YouTube. Preferably come to Twitch. We're going to have a lot more fun there, I guarantee it. Give it 2 weeks and we're going to be blasting. 7 p.m. Eastern, okay? Remember, it's a co-op stream too. We got Voxel Twig with us this week. So, detailed change log. Let's go down a couple of these here before. It's pretty long. I'm not going to, like we said, we'll probably go through these because there's actually a lot of good stuff in here to make sure people recognize. So added the new mission concealment, added the scorpion creature, heat stroke stuff, temperature changes and balances, added concept of armor installation. So we'll see how that works. Reflect temperature changes, resistance values on armors, so that, you know, we got to check how all the armors are, right? We'll look at that. We'll probably do a video on it too if there's a big change. Modified speed at which the player's internal temperature can change. Updated warm and cozy buff to reflect new resistance values. Wet modifiers now persist upon leaving water, last for 30 extra seconds as the player dries. Player can no longer become fully resistant to temperature or ever have a non-safe region. Great. Honestly, I should never be completely safe from the weather. Like, you know, you go out in the cold right now. I don't care how bundled up you are. You could never just sit in the tundra during a blizzard and be perfectly fine. It won't happen. Added a cooling bandage to counter heat stroke. Added ice water recipes. Increased grown and harvested rewards for coffee, tea, cocoa, and gorse. And decreased recipe ingredient requirements for related drinks based on their scarcity in the world, which is great. Because before, you had to farm this shit, right? These things, you needed a quantity of 50 to make one thermos filled with tea or coffee or hot chocolate or whatever. And it was simply like this minimal buff. But now with the rework on temperatures, maybe this will become a crucial item to go exploring in the tundra, especially during a blizzard. So we'll see more on that. We'll have to do some deep diving into that. Leave me comments below what you know about that so far, though, of course. Added the ability to equip flashlights to the light slot. Amazing. Couple weeks late, but you finally figured it out. I mean, you let me stick a freaking lit torch in my freaking pocket, but you won't put a flashlight in there? Like, that doesn't make sense. All or nothing. Added patch notes to the title screen. Great. Added information to the drop pod tool. Yep. Fixed bases and caves getting destroyed when the player leaves the area. I haven't had that happen to myself. Fixed radar scans not appearing on maps for clients. Fixed several dialogue subtitles. Caveworm bow requiring sandworm scale to repair now requires caveworm scale. Great. Sandworm scale, if you didn't know, that was from the open beta. All right. this bow existed during the open beta too, mind you. When they reworked it back into the game, they forgot to change the repair scale pretty much. So that's why I had the old item in there from the beta instead of the new one. So they've got that fixed now, so we can repair our weapon. Perfect. Fix the spear, titanium hammer, and platinum hammer having incorrect repair items selected. Add new materials and textures to the extractor. Ooh, that's cool. We'll have to look at that. Improve smoke effects from mission containers to be more visible from further away, giving players a tactical advantage to scouting up high to find and complete objectives. Fixed a gap in the terrain in the mission Waterfall Expedition. Improved the texture of the bedroll. Cool. Improved rendering in the rocks surrounding the exotic deposits. Awesome. Improved floor collision. Fixed an issue where the water pipe tool would be placed in the inventory rather than the hotbar and retrieving it from a supply crate. Improved flashlight lighting visuals. Cool. We'll have to definitely take a new look at the flashlight because it might not be as bad as we made it out to be. Might need a new video. Updated the solo tree descriptions to better describe it. Updated the descriptions on all beds to better communicate their use and features. I felt like these were fine, but these kind of seem like a hand-holdy kind of thing, which is fine too, obviously. I felt they were fine though. Update the text for respawn options. Crispy bacon can now be cooked on the potbelly stove, no longer just the kitchen bench. Fixed an issue where the Icarus Aruda arrow did not line up with the bows correctly. That was that was a thing. We saw that. Fixed an issue where text would overlap on the mission timer when it was critically low. Changed the description for spirit level missions to reference the correct objectives. Made the delete prospect outpost button clearer. I'm surprised this is still here. Tethered AI will now regenerate health when returning to their tether point. Good. Now you can't kite shit, right? Fight it. Fixed warm and cozy modifier. We talked about that. So now we've got edits. Thanks Twist 2021. Not sure who you are, but good job, buddy. Hydroponic plots now only consume 15 water instead of 100. Composite paste now have a new icon. They look like thermal paste now. Awesome. It didn't make sense how they were before, really. And then the invisible walls near the different entrance of the big cave is gone. That's pretty funny. I remember that. That's been there for ages. I'm pretty sure that's been there since the beta. So, and I would always be like, oh, I want to get this tree over here. And then that stupid invisible wall would stop me every time. But all right, guys. Yeah, I think this is going to be a great content update. Make sure you join us tonight on the live stream on Twitch and YouTube. Definitely come to Twitch though. We're going to be playing through this content, checking out the new mission, as well as checking out these new Arachnids and seeing what kind of juicy content we got going on here. So make sure you stop by. And as usual, make sure you hit that like button down below. Don't forget to hit subscribe as well. And also leave a comment as well. Let me know what you think of this update so far. But all right, guys, as usual, this has been ShabbyDoo. And hope the rest of your day is not too shabby.